Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be making some super simple and cute DIYs that are going to be ready for spring or your summer front door or front porch, patio, decor, wherever you want to put it. I think it'll look fine either way. Welcome you guys if this is your first time here. If it is, my name's Araceli and I am the leader of this circus called Araceli Chan DIY. I would love to invite you guys to stick around by hitting that subscribe button and notification bell. Hit all notifications so you're notified every time I upload a video. I enjoy doing a little bit of everything here on this channel, but most of all, I like to use humor, I like to laugh, I like to have fun. So if you guys are in for that, make sure you stick around. I do want to share some feedback that I got on a poll recently. I am a big supporter of stepping away from Dollar Tree. Hold on, because I know this is a Dollar Tree video. I'm a big fan of stepping away from Dollar Tree comfort zone and using other things. The number one complaint that I received was that not everybody has the same items at their Dollar Trees. A lot of you guys don't have very good Dollar Trees or very stocked Dollar Trees or Dollar Trees that are worth the trip to said Dollar Tree. In those Dollar Tree videos though, I do tend to add different things. They don't necessarily have to be Dollar Tree to be inexpensive. You can buy a bunch of stuff on Amazon, you can purchase at Walmart, you can go to the thrift stores. So this video, I'm hoping that everything that I'm using will be easily accessible to you guys. You can go to Walmart and buy some like floral stems for 97 cents, where at Dollar Tree you'll get them for $1. So it's just a matter of looking around. So don't ever feel like you're stuck shopping at Dollar Tree. And then also, if you see Dollar Tree DIYs and you get frustrated because you don't have a very good Dollar Tree, just watch the video for ideas, and trust me, you guys will be able to find something at a different store that's not going to be that expensive. Alright, so with all that said, now let's finally jump into the first DIY. For this first DIY, I did use Dollar Tree canvases, and again, not everybody may have these, but you guys can head on to a craft store. I'm sure they will have canvases there, or you can check on Amazon. If I do find the link, I'll be sure to share it down below. I'm going to use the inner part of the canvas, not the white part, but the off-white that feels more like fabric. I wanted to make sure it's going to stay on there, so I went ahead and stapled the front part down, and then I did cut out the back piece that was left over and took off all of the staples. After removing the staples, I did take some painter's caulk and just filled in all the holes from the staples, and then on the sides you will see on the frames that there's some like openings in there. So I just filled them in really well. And then after doing that, I did go ahead and take some of my sanding paper, just sanded it down a little bit, and then just use some Walmart interior paint. You guys know I love my paints. I actually don't use craft paint very often. If I do, it's very minimal. You can get a good size amount for very little money, and then also if you just look around in the Oops paint, you'll be able to find paint that other people didn't want for $1, $2, $5, depending on the size. Alright, if you guys can see on the side there, I do have Pinterest up, and I just looked up like paintings or pictures of the plant that I wanted to draw. I'm just gonna take a pencil and sketch out the plant that I want.
Would you stay till the morning light, or would you follow me, or would you let it be? If I leave tonight, we could do this right, we'll find the remedy. Or would you stay with me now till the morning light? Before you turn away, I just want you to know that I didn't throw your stuff away. Before you make up your mind that I'm nowhere to find.
I'm going to be taking this glass pen marker from Dollar Tree and just making my vase.
I'm standing right here. I know that I told you we're over. I swear that I'm sober. Just listen, I miss you. And I know that I said all these things, but now when you're with her, I can see that you miss me. Just stay till the morning light.
I'm also going to be using some alcohol markers. Some of these tend to be a little more expensive if you buy them like at Joann's or Michael's, but Amazon has a great selection of markers that you can use. So first I just outlined all of the leaves, and then I went in to fill them in.
Would you follow me, or would you let it be? If I leave tonight, we could do this right, we'll find the remedy. Or would you stay with me now till the morning light?
DIY. The basket that I'm using is actually an Easter basket that my daughter used for Easter. Remove the handle, and I'm going to take some textured paint that I purchased. This one was purchased at Home Depot. Just going to go ahead and spray it down, and it's going to give it a nice black matte finish, which I love that. I don't like the shiny glossy paint. So obviously this was for Easter. I don't know if you guys will find it or not, but they have so many more different types of baskets that you can use. And then I am going to attach a Dollar Tree planter chain on it. And I did end up using a liner inside of it so the flower bundles wouldn't come out. Just put some flowers in there and it's all done. You know, I am a lover of faux trees, and I have been making faux trees for a while. At first I started using the Dollar Tree plungers, but then I would just go out into my yard and grab branches and just add faux greenery onto it. So for this one, it's going to be kind of similar. I am going to be reusing some items that I used for previous DIYs. So I'm reusing this piece right here, which is just a foam ball, like a floral foam ball, and I had added moss to it. I'm just gonna stick this piece of bamboo from like some plants that I had laying around. Also, you can find these similar bamboo sticks at Dollar Tree. They are in season now because they like to put out like the little butterfly catching nets that you can use them from. Anyway, this was just laying around in my garage, so I decided to use that, but there's an alternative that you guys can do if you don't have just bamboo sticks laying around. So I actually came upon these huge planters at Dollar Tree a couple months ago. Take that same textured paint that I used on the basket, just spray it down really well. I love using that little spray handle nozzle thing. It makes spray painting so much easier. It comes out smoother and less drippy than if you were just to spray paint on its own. While that's drying, I'm gonna go ahead and take this raffia, or I think that's how you say it. Anyways, it's a Dollar Tree Hula Skirt. They usually come right before summer. I did stock up on a couple of these last year. So what I'm doing is just taking a couple of pieces, taping it down, and I'm just gonna start braiding it. Makes it easier if you tape it down to your table and just start braiding. This part is gonna take a little while, so make sure you're comfy. Go ahead and sit down and just take your sweet time and play some music while you're doing it. I think I only ended up using 7 pieces of the braid. So once that's done and my paint is dry, I'm just gonna take some hot glue and glue it around the top of the planter.
Would you follow me, or would you let it be? If I leave tonight, we could do this right. We'll find the remedy. Or would you stay with me now till the morning? Would you stay till the morning light? Or would you follow me? Or would you let it be? If I leave tonight, we could do this right. We'll find the remedy. Or would you
So taking a piece of Dollar Tree foam board, I just took a big piece, cut it around, put it on top or inside of the planter. Tell me if this is a good idea or not. This is gonna save you so much money on like having to fill it with moss, and then it's also gonna create like a little barrier for when you stick the piece of bamboo on there, it's not gonna move back and forth. And then additionally at the bottom, I did glue down a piece of floral foam, just like a round piece, to stick the very end of the bamboo in there. Then you can fill it up with whatever type of moss that you like or greenery, just to make it a little bit more realistic. So what do you guys think about that hack? I thought it was genius. I know I saw it on TikTok, so I'm like, I'm gonna try that. It's gonna save me so much money on moss. And I'm just gonna start sticking my florals in there, or my stems in there. You guys, to make it easier, I did just screw some holes in there prior to adding the stems, because it was a little hard to put in there. DIY. I had no idea what I was doing. I think I spent 2 hours recreating something with this freaking hula skirt, and I was adamant that I was gonna use this hula skirt. So for this one, I actually did reuse this embroidery hoop, or whatever you guys want to call it, from my daughter's nursery canopy. Obviously, you're not gonna find this at Dollar Tree, and this is where we kind of veer away from Dollar Tree DIY, but I have found plenty of these hoops at Goodwill for very, very cheap. So every time I go there, I always see one. I always try to pick it up. Really, honestly, you guys can just use the wreath forms, but it's not gonna look as cool. So what I did with this one is just took the hula skirt and like I put it over and then folded it under on the other side of the first ring. And then I just scooped it into the other side, and you guys will see why. Because when you put the second ring around, it's gonna create like a pocket instead of it just kind of flailing around. Just cut that off and then paint it with whatever paint color you want. I did end up just using some Dollar Tree chalkboard paint, and I feel like the colors looked really great. And then just fill it up with whatever type of greenery that you want. I do have these little fern stems that I purchased at Amazon, which I think they came with a bunch of other type of leaves, and they're really inexpensive for how much you get, but I actually liked the fern stems from Dollar Tree a little bit more, so I used those and then some additional Dollar Tree florals that definitely go with a spring look. To hang it, I did end up using just a few of the links of the Dollar Tree planter basket hanger things, the chains, you guys know what I mean, and then just hung that up, and that is it. Come to the end of the video. I think I really like the wreath just because I like making wreaths, but I feel like all the wreaths are always the same, and I like having different stuff. I don't like the traditional wreaths. I mean, I do, but I also like different ones. Canvas art was one of my favorites too. That's been sitting around for a little bit, I'll be honest with you guys. So yeah, I think those two were my favorite. I would love to know which one was your guys' favorite. So that's it, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and say goodbye. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you did enjoy this video, like I always say, please leave me a thumbs up. It really helps my channel. Leave me any comments or questions down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.